Purpose-filled life. Hi, I'm JB Bryan of JB Bryan Financial Group, a registered investment advisory firm and the home of AfroEconomics. My dream, my purpose, living my best life. Thank you so much for sharing your Wednesday night with me. Thank you so much. I see you. Be sure to make sure you make your comments, chat. Sometimes I can see it. Sometimes I can't. It's so good to see you, Miss Davis. It is so good to see you. Thank you for coming in the studio. I appreciate the members coming into the studio. Yes, indeed. And you're making your comments. It's Wednesday night. I started off like a minute early, just so you'll know I'm here, I'm ready, I'm set. I want to talk about reaching our financial goals as we continue to keep our commitment to living out our greatest purpose. That's right. Friendly Mojo. Friendly Mojo. I love it. Let me put that up there so everybody can see these comments. Stone Mountain, Georgia in the house as well. Oh yeah, it is Wednesday night. It just feels different because I went to Miami to the Rolling Loud with my wonderful husband celebrating his birthday. Happy birthday, Michael Robinson. We had a great time, and I definitely would not have gotten away from this desk if it was not for his inspiration to do something for a greater good, to actually get out there and listen to some music that I love music. And that is one of our mutual interests that has constantly brought us together, is our love for music. So thank you so much. Look at you. I was, that's funny. It was like, I was just bringing up your face, your handsome face, at which time he turned off his camera. That was funny. I delayed. But yes, happy birthday, Michael. I hope you had a wonderful birthday. We're going to continue. Oh, yes, indeed. No, thank you. It was great. Now, one thing, indeed. Thank you, Westies. Oh, you love music as well. Oh, that's so fantastic. Exactly. Yes, you do, because I have seen some of your videos on social media. It looks like you're going like 100 miles an hour, blasting music. Yes, you do love music. Yes, you do. Indeed, thank you so much for your support. Thank you for sharing all of our invites as well. AfroEconomics appreciates when you're living out your purpose. It is a blessing when you can be surrounded by friends that actually understand and get it. When you have friends that are entrepreneurs, which really brings me to the thought when I was just going to say about the thought about being in Miami was, that as entrepreneurs, that Michael and I both having our own individual businesses, when we went to Miami, it was like so just refreshing to be surrounded by people who have their own businesses. But also, Miss Davis, they could have their businesses anywhere. Like they could have, oh, you got a little feedback and echo, but hey, beautiful. They could have their businesses everywhere. They could have like they could sell whatever they wanted to sell up and down the street. And like where I am most of the time in Virginia, it is so heavily regulated that as an entrepreneur, you're not going to be able to make money, you know what I mean, that way. The city is going to regulate you. You are not going to be able to go on that street and make any money. So I was like, that is amazing that too often, sometimes we have our government that just does not help entrepreneurs be able to make money or even be able to start their business or make extra money, or even people that work that have a job but also have a business that they like to do street vending to make extra money to make ends meet, especially at times like this. And then they can't do it because they live in an area that does not appreciate entrepreneurship or anything. Like, there were people who were selling their music, there were people who were selling t-shirts, there were people who were like selling of course water, drinks, sodas, stuff. But they were just there, and some of them were not, probably not all of them were residents, but a lot of them were people, English speaking people, just black people. Like, everybody wasn't like someone who had just come to America, like, that a lot of people want to think about. No, they were just black people who were trying to make money. And they were like, so our argument that we think that we can just come and get into the system and not think about there's people who are not in the system that still have to make money, and we can get in the system and forget about them. No, there are people who have a dream and have a purpose and are trying to get discovered. Like, there was this one, guy, Joe Dreams, and he's a singer. Y'all should look him up on Instagram. Joe Dreams with a Z on the end of his name. And Joe Dreams with one, like Joe and Dreams and then Z on the end. And he was singing, and he posted a video about eventually they were coming trying to arrest him for just singing. He was singing, but he does like motivational things. He wants to help people pursue their dreams. And how in the world, can you have a problem with that someone, wants to help someone, pursue their dreams? It was a motivational speaker, a motivational singer, and he was just singing on the corner, singing to people. But he was I guess, in his early 30s, maybe late 30s or whatever, but he was just wants to be a singer, wants to, build his brand and stuff. But he was singing for a long time, but eventually he was asked to move on. But, Mr. Jones came into the studio, but Mr. Jones, we were talking about just creating an environment that supports entrepreneurs. And I did feel that overall, I felt that Miami was more open to street vending than any area I'd ever been in. Because even in the district where you live in Washington, D.C., street vending, and Miss Davis, make sure you put your phone on your computer on mute. It comes in with a sound that. I don't know why it comes in with sound. But in DC, you can tell the only people that do street vending have money. It looks like they have this elaborate truck or something. You know what I mean? It's they're people with money, and they have these paperwork up, and they have to be approved by the city and stuff like that. And, they have to have all this approval and things like that. But you can tell in Miami that these people they just came out there to make money, and they weren't going to be arrested for coming out and doing street vending. Now, mind you, they weren't selling food, the food was kind of inside the event. The people outside the event were singing and dancing and, doing other stuff, for money and talent and maybe just selling like a package thing or t-shirts or something like that. But at least they weren't being arrested or telling to be moved away. And my point is that we need to create an environment in this country, especially in urban areas, that is more supportive of entrepreneurship and for small businesses and for people to be able to go out freely and promote their talent and skill. Like, it should be more people on the street talking about their gift and their purpose. It shouldn't be that you have to go on social media to find out, about local businesses or about, that who can sing on your block. Do you get me? If somebody upstairs in your building can sing, they should be able to go downstairs and sing on the block and sing with an amp, and just sing and put out a tray and get some money on Friday and sing. Well, I mean, how is that such a big problem? And I feel that it takes away from our communities because we're not supporting people living out their purpose because we're so heavily regulated that we've shut down the creativity out here now. That people won't just come out and, I don't know, but I bet you can't just go out and pass out flyers. If they come out and they catch you just passing out flyers to people, there's probably some sort of city ordinance against you passing out papers on the street. Just miscellaneous, like that's against the code, blah, blah, blah. You can't, put out that. Like, so how does the small person who is pursuing their dream, even pursue that? And I don't think that we're putting enough thought into when we vote for people about, thank you. How you doing, Mr. Jefferson? It's good to be back. I don't think when we vote for people that we're putting into public office, are we really thinking about, are they helping us build businesses as a people? Are we positioning ourselves as a Black community to be able to do anything except for go get a job? How can you get anything else? How can you even position yourself or get out there and do anything else in a society that's set up the way it is now? Because if you can't just go out and tell the public about it, if you can't go out and just share your talent with the public because that's against the law, oh, you're too loud, oh, you can't be on the street corner, oh, you can't pass that out, oh, you can't, oh, no, you can't sell your art, no, you can't. That, I don't think that we have thought about how much the regulations are slowing down and harming our ability to promote the creativity within our young community. And, social media, yeah, but at the same time, the personal contact is the key. I have to get to that person. So if I know where this particular record label is located, and I can get over to that record label and, get outside and sing or something and, whatever, I can get over there, then you can at least get over there and expose and share the information with them. But if there's some sort of law against you actually even being on that block or being on that street, you can't be anywhere around, you can't be out there, then you're not going to have a chance. How do you even get there? And I really thought about that the other night when I was going through this small town, and it was like, I was telling Mike, I was like, that's where James Brown is from. And I was like, how did James Brown, if you really think about it, get from this small town to become like one of the biggest stars on the planet? That's amazing. But what a dream. And really what he did was, he did it the way that I'm talking about. That sounds ridiculous, but he was just performing everywhere. Ridiculously. And I know y'all are like, that's just ridiculous. Who's going to be doing that stuff on the street? But, when I started in sales, I would just walk down the street and just go from store to store, store to store, store to store, store to store, and talk to them about radio advertising. That was like my first sales job. So, that is how it's done. And I think that so many young people don't really know that it's not pretty when you start from the beginning. That's what it takes to have a commitment to living out your purpose, living out your dream. But at that point, that was my dream, and I wanted to do it. That's what I wanted to do. I remember being in, college, and everybody was looking for a salary job. And I was like, no, I want sales. I want unlimited income. I don't want someone to tell me how much I'm going to make, regardless of how much effort I put out. That's what I'm going to make this year. Seriously, y'all, think about it. How in the world did they get us to buy into that? How did that happen? Mr. Jones.
Oh, you asked me.
Somebody help me. How in the world did we buy into that?
Well,
that is appropriate that you take this job and that they tell you this is what you're going to make. Regardless, this is it. This is it. And we're happy with it. And you're happy with it. But yeah. But at the same time, you're programmed to look down on the person who has the job that's not guaranteed. Look at him. Look at him over there going door to door. He's over there going door to door. You know what I'm saying? And we don't even, I remember a friend of mine, he passed away recently. And his wife used to torture him because his dream was to have his own. I'm just going to, because I don't know, she might be listening. But to have his own. And she would torture him. And but he wanted to have his own. And she was like, it just doesn't work for you. It just doesn't work for you. It doesn't work for you. It wasn't going to work for him, but it worked enough for him to get you. And he made enough to satisfy you when you were dating. And he got your attention. And now all of a sudden you're married and he just doesn't make enough. Isn't that something? So then now, you know what I'm saying? He's just not enough. Because I guess then she saw that if you are unlimited it's going to go up and it's going to go down, and it's going to go up and it's going to go down, and it's going to go up and it's going to go down. So I'm going to tell you, if you want to live your dream, and I would tell him, and I know that he died never living out his purpose. And the only reason I got to know that he died was because if somebody posted his picture, I was so ticked. He never got to live out his dream. Because he just said, forget about it. He said, just forget about it. And he took a job. And he just took a job. And he just took a job. In my opinion, you forget about the person who doesn't believe in your purpose and your dream. And you live out your purpose. You don't ever sacrifice God's purpose over your life. You have a purpose. It is unimaginable what God had planned for him to do. Because he had the most charismatic personality in the world, but she could not see it. She could not see it for nothing. Everything about him irritated her. So sad. But he gave up on his dream. At least if he held on to his dream and he lived out his purpose, she would have at least had to respect him. Right? Respect is everything. You don't gotta like me. You can think I irritate you or whatever, but you're gonna respect me. You're gonna respect me. Respect. You're going to have at least self-respect. They don't even really have to respect you, but when you got self-respect, you have everything. People talk about self-care. They talk about massages. They talk about pedicures. They talk about, what is that? When you don't have self-respect. You don't even live in your dream. But you're going to get a pedicure and you hate your job? What is that? What is that? Oh, so you're excited because you got the savings account? And you got these fake nails and, you're all excited? And everything is off the chain. And A1C is TBD and H1B and blah, blah, D. You know what I'm saying? All these letters and stuff. What in the world? You sacrifice your dream and you're still sick. Don't even make any sick. If you're going to be sick for your dream. But I bet if you stay true to your dream, everything will fall in place. Because you'll be in order. You'll be decent and in order. Stay true to your dream, you will be debt free. Because you will not be obsessed with material items. When you are living a fake life, obsessed with salaries and benefits and, stuff that is not true to you. Now, I'm not saying that the benefits and salary is not true to someone, because it is. And it's a beautiful thing. It's a beautiful thing. It's a beautiful thing. And it is for who it's for. But if you're killing yourself and you're not living your purpose and you're sacrificing your purpose for it, then it's toxic. So it can be the same thing. You know what I mean? It can be good. It can be a good thing. And, as with a dream can be toxic for some people. I've seen some entrepreneurs drink and smoke themselves to death. They needed a job. They needed a job because they can't handle it. They can't handle it. You ain't living no dream and you killing yourself. There's no way you are totally out of balance. There's no way that this could be your dream and you're killing yourself. So don't even lie to yourself They say, "Oh, I'm doing this for a greater good. I'm saving the children," and you know what I mean, and got debt all the way out the door, and you're saving the children, like the Josephine Baker thing. You know what I'm saying? And they dragging her out the house, and you're saving the children. What? You ain't saving the children, Josephine. I don't know what she was doing. But you do not have to sacrifice your security in order to live out God's purpose for your life. That's not how it works. He's going to make sure that your every need is taken care of. Shelter, food, health, all those things are needs, and they're going to be taken care of. So, no, you're out of order. You're out of order. And don't blame it on the little children when you're not taking care of your bills. I can't believe when people do that. You know, and they go, "Oh, well, I'm taking care of I'm doing such a good thing. I'm doing such a good thing for so and so and so, but you're not taking care of your responsibility to the people that you owe." No, you're not. It's not. It's just not. No, when we're talking about living out your purpose, you're not going to have to sacrifice your lifestyle in order to take care of your community service desires. You are going to be a positive example to the community. That's what you are asked to be. You're not going to be a hypocrite saying to the homeless person, you know, "I'm going to help you get yourself together," and then you're not together. No, you're going to be living below your means, taking care of your means. You're not going to be materialistic and flaunting everything that you have. And you're not going to be wasting everything that you have. And you're going to be an example. And you're going to be focusing your life on that which is priceless, on living out your purpose. And we're going to be committed to financial planning and investing and planning for the future so that we can be of service to others for our entire life. I remember when I first started in financial services and I went to another person in financial services that was like 20, 30 years ahead of me, and a brother. And he was very well known. And I was telling him about what I wanted to do, you know, about the AfroEconomics movement. And he said, that sounds all fine and good, but just wait. Don't do anything for us now. Just wait. Just wait until you have everything that you want first. Just wait until later and get back to us. And you know, that's kind of like, you know, that whole oxygen mask thing on the airplane, you know, where they say, put the mask on yourself and, you know, then, you know, put the mask on others after you put the mask on yourself, you know. It's such a bad analogy. Because the oxygen mask is, you're about to die. We're all gonna die. Because if you're on an airplane and the oxygen masks are dying, falling and stuff, you're about to die. Like, this is a really bad situation. This is really bad. All I'm saying is, let's help somebody. That's all I'm saying is let's just give somebody some of the knowledge that we have. Like, all I'm saying is, like, the nutrition counselor, help somebody with nutrition. Why you doing nutrition? I'm a financial advisor. I could give out some complimentary advice every week or something. Everybody ain't got to cash at me all the time, but there's such a mentality that no, everything is a life or death situation. And we have to stop seeing that. That if I help you, somehow that's going to cost me if I help you and you don't give me anything. And it helps you. But the truth of the matter is, if I help you and it benefits you and you don't help me, it still don't cost me anything. It still didn't cost me anything. All it did was give me good energy out there in the planet. And all you will say for the rest of your life is J.B. Bryan helped me. And do you know how many hundreds of thousands of people can say that about me? And they have not done a thing for me. But how good is that rush of energy that comes towards me every day when I wake up? You can't get that. You can't buy that. And I didn't know enough to tell that brother that. So if I have that now, imagine the rush of energy that will hit me as I get older. And when you get older, y'all, what do you need more of? What do you need more of? What do you think I'm going to need more of that I can't buy? Right? Money or energy? Energy. Because you can't buy, I don't know anybody who can buy energy. When they're at 90 years old, they just can't buy it. They're going around trying to get the pill. Look at Arnold Schwarzenegger. He's probably trying to get HCG, that whole growth hormone. They so-and-so. You know what I mean? You're going around trying to get something that really is only accumulated from what you did all of your life. Put it out there, y'all. Put it out there, y'all. We have to stop as a community feeling that somebody can take something from us. They can't. Just put it out there. It's like, you see these little workshops and they go 1 through 10 top ways to save your life. So you watch the video and it gets you to 5. If you would like to get the other 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, go to my website. Have you ever done that? You know what I mean? And you're all in it. And you're like, man, nah, go to my website for 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And you will get the rest of the 10. But it said you were going to give me 10. Well, I am going to give you 10. But you got to go to my website for the rest and sign up for my program. You know what I'm saying? No. I'm going to give you the key right here to have your purpose-filled life financially, that you will get through your life and you will reach every financial goal that you ever set. This is guaranteed to work. This is guaranteed to work. You will reach every financial goal that you ever set. Is that if you first think about what is the legacy that I want. The first principle of AfroEconomics. What is the principle that what is the legacy? The first principle of AfroEconomics is legacy. What is the footprint that I want to leave on this planet? What is the reason that you work each day? If you think about, why am I doing this? Why am I saving? Why am I working? What am I doing? What is the purpose? Then you don't have to worry about losing your mind, going to the mall, not saving, not planning, not doing anything, not going to the center and helping out the kids, or not helping anybody going to camp. Like, a client, she's been keeping these kids that are not related to her all summer. Not related to her all summer, and taking them to camp. And she is determined to figure out how to have a positive impact on these two little girls. She wants them to have a good life. She is fully invested. It is amazing to me. Not like just during the day. She has kept them all week long for absolutely no reason, except for she feels that that's her purpose. That's her legacy. That's a footprint she wants to leave. It's never too late. She's retired. She's retired. That's something she wants to do. It's never too late, y'all. It's never too late. What do you want to leave here? And then a second point is to establish a plan on how I am going to provide for myself, or for these kids, or for these grandkids, or for my spouse, or for what is establish a financial plan. Let's do it. That is the first thing that we do in our portal, in AfroEconomics. Get that financial plan. We get that done. I have a free link. You can do the budget. You can get as intense, as complicated as you want. We share a screen. We can do it. We can do it. As intense, as complicated, as simple as you want it to be. I have it there. It is included. It is amazing how much you get for that simple set up fee. It is amazing to me that we're not doing what we should do. The third is debt freedom. We have to have the discipline to move away from debt. If we want to live in our purpose, we got to move away from debt. We have to avoid debt. We have to. The burden, the stress of the debt, and the overload and the worry, we have to move away from it. We have to. We're talking about living a purpose-filled life, not living a stress-filled life. Right, Ms. Daniels? Living our purpose-filled life. And then learning to trust yourself. Trusting yourself. If your job is toxic, trust yourself enough to create a different situation for yourself. If you want to and need to start your own enterprise, become an entrepreneurship member of AfroEconomics, and let me show you how to get your business built. Do it. Entrepreneurs can help entrepreneurs. Stop going to people that have never had a business trying to figure out how to start a business. But if you don't want to have a business, then keep on talking to people that don't have a business about having a business. And then you'll never have a business. Because that's all that's happening. We keep going to the government about having a business, and that's why we don't have a business. People that are around business people have businesses. That's how I saw in Miami, was business people. But we keep thinking, oh, that's just an Uber driver. That's just an Uber driver. There ain't no business owner. Oh, that's just a so-and-so. That's just a Zidane. Oh, he does do websites. Oh, she's just a financial advisor. Oh, she just a so-and-so. Okay. Okay, okay. And then he just Steve Jobs, and he just this, and he's just that, right? And he just Kanye, and he's just, you know what I mean, Lil Wayne, and they just right, and they just that, everybody, right? Everybody just that, and the only people that really matter are those who go and work for somebody. Oh my goodness, it's just so sad. Nobody important except for people that go and get in line. So learn to trust yourself. Learn to trust yourself, because we're not going to get respect. We're not going to get respect, and just not going to get respect. We're not. We're just not. Nobody's going to respect us. They don't see us that way. We're not a part of the system of respect. We just did it the wrong way. If you want to respect, you have to do it the way that you were told to do it. I remember at UVA, and they told me, wear a blue suit tomorrow and a blue skirt suit, and a jacket and a blue skirt and some pantyhose and some shoes. I don't know. And here I am. I'm already the only black person. And then they tell me the blue suit, and I was like, I am not wearing a blue suit. And I'm not wearing no blue skirt, and I'm not doing it. So I come into the interviews, the farming interviews, and I have on black pants and a black short jacket and black shoes. You should have known. So the guy over the career planning, he says, what are you doing? What are you doing? You're supposed to have on a blue suit. And I was like, I don't want to wear a blue suit. And if they don't like my black suit, then too bad. So I think I only went to one table. It was for an interview to go to New York. And the guy says, wow, I like your suit. I mean, I know my suit was sharp. It was like short jacket. I know I was like, I don't know, but I know I like my suit. So and the guy from New York was like, oh my God, you look nice. He was probably like, thank you. Somebody can dress. Dang. So I was like, he goes, would you like to come up to our office? Paid for me to come to New York and everything. Got a whole trip to the World Trade Center. Unfortunately, I had no money to live in New York, Lord. But I did get the job, but I had to turn it down. But I wore my black suit. It probably, for being myself is probably how I got the job. But I was like, I cannot afford to live in New York with $28,000. I think that's what the offer was for at an accounting firm. But I think that we need to learn. Like this girl, a young lady came to do an interview with me. She was like, not an interview, just wanted to talk to me about the media. She was a business major. She wanted to just talk to me. I don't know. And she goes to Hampton University. And she said, well, Hampton told us that we have to wear all blue suits, and they really don't encourage us to have natural hair. And I said, well, your parents told you about me because they saw me on television, and I wear natural hair. And she said, yeah. She said, but my HBCU said they don't want us to wear natural hair. Isn't that something? Like, I think they've changed their policy now. Look, Miss Davis, brush her hair. Exactly. You better get them edges, girl.
No.
Exactly.
No.
They did. And I said, well, you make sure you take the videos of me on television with my fro and let them know that change is coming. But this was like before the revolution, because since George Floyd, there's been the movement for natural hair on television. But of course, I've had my fro for 20 years, over 20 years now. But But I could not believe that our college was taking away her creativity. You know what I mean? Like that. Like there's going to be no living out your full purpose or reaching your full financial goals, your full life goals. No Elon Musk in a black person will come out if we're constantly told what we cannot do and we're accepting it. We cannot accept it. That's what we have to. Just like I stood up at University of Virginia and said, I'm wearing a black suit. You know what I'm saying? We have to go to our own schools, and tell them why you're going to wear your hair. They wouldn't have said that to me at UVA about my hair. But it's amazing how we think in our own schools that we can disrespect us about our own hair and the clothes. As if to say, you're black and I got to tell you, because you don't know any better, that this is how, you know what I mean? You got to be black and professional. This is how you have to be to protect the right to it. Yes, the Crown Act. We have to get that nerve. It's not even, I just feel like I was born to be an entrepreneur, I guess, because it's not, I don't hesitate, to be myself, knowing that even as an entrepreneur, you run into situations when we need to accept, like, there are a lot of people who work in corporate America who say this lie, who say this, and this you need to know is not true. The color of money is green. Like, they say that people don't care about you. They just want money. They don't care what color you are. That is not true. There are people who do not want to do business with black people and would rather you go somewhere else. And I think that you're misleading yourself when you think that they, want your money. No, when a person is good to you and gives you good customer service, it's because they are good people. And I show appreciation to a business, black or white. When they show me good service, I'm overjoyed. And I do business with them. Because the people of both colors, unfortunately, do not want to do business with black people. Some, unfortunately, black businesses do not want to do business with black people. And white people do not. Some white people don't want to do business with black people. And that's really sad. And some people of color don't want to do business with black people. Like, my last landlord was Indian, like Asian Indian. And he did not want AfroEconomics in the building. He was managing the building. And he did not. And I had to take him to court. And he just said, I don't want those type of people in the building. So we are doing ourselves a disservice when we think it's all about money. It's just not. There are some people who have a mental problem with racism is a mental problem. And we need to stay focused on God's purpose over our life, to look past those limitations, because God is so much bigger than them, So much bigger than that. That man who did that, and every time that I have been discriminated against, God has used it as a stepping stone to take me higher. But only because I have refused to give up. Only because. And it should not be that hard. But it's, you know what I mean? But it is. And we cannot give up. We cannot give up. And so because of that, it made me move away from materialism, because materialism, I felt, made me weak. Like materialism, I believe, put me in a position of being vulnerable, because I had all these things that I had to pay for, and materialism made me like have to worry about paying for these things, and I couldn't just focus on my purpose. So when you don't worry about material items, you don't have to worry about racism, and you don't have to worry about stuff. You know what I'm saying? You just focus on necessities, and living out your purpose and taking care of the mission that you're living on. Taking care of the mission. Y'all feel me on that? But when you get materialistic, you start having to kiss ass. Oh, what? What you mean wear a blue suit? Okay, I wear a blue. And what color pantyhose should I put on? Or what should that be? You got no, but when you're not materialistic, you can put on the black pantsuit and do what you got to do. Because you're like, I'm going to buy what I got. I ain't got to worry about that. But if you got all these car notes, big house, you left yourself out there vulnerable, hanging yourself, all these bills, you're going to have to pay the piper, and they know it. So you think about how many people bought the new car, drove it to work, and then got fired right after their boss saw them driving the new car. So you want to live your purpose? Avoid materialism. Commitment to your mission is vital. Commitment to your mission is vital. And then a seventh point is to develop positive feelings about money and know that you're in charge. Money don't rule you. What money does not rule you. You are in charge of yourself. So, do you just develop a positive relationship with money? Because it's so sad. Like sometimes if you grew up, have you ever met someone, and they grew up really, really poor, and they still identify with themselves? And I was watching a documentary the other night. Oh, it was Sugar Ray Leonard. And he was talking about how he was in D.C. and he used to, you should check that out, Mr. Jones. And the documentary on, Mike, what was that? It was on Showtime, I think. And he was saying how rich, he saw them as rich people will walk around the Washington Monument and stuff and buy burgers. And he would have to go in the trash and finish off the burgers. He was saying when they was a kid, like they were that poor. And he was like that that even as a grown man, he still like felt humiliated. Like he just still felt poor. He still felt like that. Like we have to get that shit out of us. You know what I'm saying? Like, because he was saying that led to him having drug habit and all of these, toxic habits of trying to make himself feel better and beating his wife, and it just, this is what he said. You know what I'm saying? It led to the bad behavior. If you want to live your full purpose, be all that God puts us here to be, we have to let it go. Whatever money mentality that we have about the past, we have to let it go. My thing is, like, I always feel like, because, they always, like, I always feel like they're going to pull the rug from under me. You know what I mean? Because of the toxic things that have happened. Like, you know what I'm saying? So I feel like it stops me sometimes from, like, completely spreading my wings. You know what I mean? Because I'm just like, when they, you know what I mean? Is somebody just going to come up and, he just, like, pull the, he just do some shit and just ruin, you know what I mean? Fuck me up. Like, I'm just using these words because that's the full expression of what you know what I mean? What it feels like in my head. Like, that's how it feels. Like, oh, I know Mr. Joe's like, I can't believe she said that. But it's just like, you know what I mean? That's how it feels. And you just feel like, oh. But look, too much rap over the weekend. Exactly. I went to Rolling Loud. Exactly. But it is like, you know what I'm saying? That's how you just feel like that. Like, that, but whatever it is, I have to let that go. Because no weapon formed against me shall prosper. Yeah, no, Miss Davis, I'm starting to speak in tongues, right? I know. How am I going to cuss like that and then speak the Bible the next sentence? No weapons formed against me.
I mean, for real. Mr. Jones, you hear that, right?
It cancels it out. It cancels it out.
That's right, Mr. Jones.
You mute the but yeah, but it just, whatever it is that we feel like, we have to get ourselves to a positive mindset so that we can live out our purpose completely with the maximum amount of confidence. Like I was telling you about my friend, like it could be, someone, generally it is someone, you know what I mean? Or something, or some thought, or some experience that just really got on you, you know what I mean? And it's haunting you and makes you feel like it's just going to come back, or they just, like, and there's a lot of our experiences as a Black person that haunt us. The Black experience is no joke. There was Ms. Novella, I don't know the expression, but I know you know it is psychologically. What is it? Is it called weathering, or what is it referred to? But if just as, because that's her work. She works with that stuff. But the Black experience, that over time, you know what I mean, how it impacts us is real. And our ability to overcome it is what will give us the freedom to really flow and really fly and really have the ultimate freedom and to reach all of our financial goals with confidence. With confidence. So we want to develop positive feelings about our money, about our future, about our life experience, about our business, about how we're viewed as a professional, how we're viewed as a human being, how we're viewed, not even because we don't know how that person is. We can't really base it on the other one. We got to just give each person as we see them, as they come at us, the benefit of the doubt, and pray for God's grace and mercy, that they will see the good in us and keep moving forward in our mercy and in our purpose. So an eighth point is to, don't ever stop empowering others. Don't ever stop. Even if it didn't work or didn't, seem to help the other person or the other 10 people, the other 100 people, believe me, that compounding effect where I was telling you about the energy that we're putting out and through the people that we're helping, it is real. Continue to empower and help others. Continue to push and help as many people as you can. And empowerment. I believe, like, when I'm using that term empowerment on purpose, because of empowerment is just more than just helping. I'm saying, like, empower, like, give them the tools that will make their life better. Give them what they need. Like, don't just entertain people. Empower people. Like, that's what I want. That's what I love about AfroEconomics. Like, it's not, we don't just talk about money. Like, it is, I have a registered investment advisory firm. My company can actually set up the investment account. So I don't just talk to you about investing. I am a licensed professional. So I actually can help you invest. Like, so many people online, they're just, people that talk about investing, but they're not licensed professionals that actually will manage your account, help you do the investment, set up the IRA, talk to you about specifically your account at work, and do the allocation at the work plan, and help you. So that's empowerment, in my opinion. Talk is cheap. Empowerment is tools, it's action. We can do it. We can do it. A to Z. We can do it. Also, insurance. I can analyze your insurance. I'm licensed in all of the insurances. We can do it. Yes. That's empowerment. And ninth point is, and then, as I mentioned, letting go of anything in the past, especially past failures. Let it go. Let it go. And our 10th point is to find your peace. Find your peace. And it's like, and that has so much to do with money, because people who aren't at peace waste money. If you're uncomfortable, you can't save 20% of your pay, because you're always trying to go around and buy your peace. You're looking for your peace. You're trying to escape something. You're gambling. You got to go to casino and find peace. You're trying to have an affair. You got 2 or 3, 4. Breaking up your house. That peace will help you stay on your mission. Be at peace. I mean, that's some serious financial advice right there. It's like, y'all like, yeah, right. Yes, it is. If I can stop a marriage from breaking up, I can make them $500,000. If they got $1 million and I can stop them from breaking up, I got them $500,000, right, Miss Davis? They should thank me. That's a $500,000 return right there. Kept it in the family. So it's real. Be at peace. Keep it together. And my final point is to live in the moment and live for this moment. Right? Live in this moment. Live for this moment. Stay in this moment. Appreciate the moment. Don't worry about tomorrow. We're always thinking about well, what if, and seriously, what? That's the part that'll mess you up. What? Stay in the moment. Make a wise decision right now. A life made up of wise decisions in the moment can't be wrong. That's profound. Oh my God. I'm like a Dalai Lama. I don't know. Is that something? Is that correct? Dalai Lama. A Dalai Lama. How do you spell that? A Dalai. D-O-L-L. I don't know. I'm a Dalai Lama. That's like a doll. No, I don't know. But that is profound. I just got to remember it. But seriously, if we do every day, if we just take every day, we really don't have to worry about the next day. We take every day and just focus on making the right choice today, in the moment, we're going to be all right. How could we go wrong if we make this right, if we make this Dolly? Oh, I was close. D-A-L-I. That's the other one. That's the other one. I was talking about Dolly. D-O-L-L-Y, like Dolly Parton. Of course. I knew you'd get confused, Mr. Jefferson. But if we did, wouldn't it? Wouldn't it? And I think that especially when we're trying to avoid stressing out and really appreciating how blessed we are, think about the power of staying in the moment, the power of living in the now. That would be the key. That would certainly be the key. Right, Ms. Davis? Just staying right here. Living in your purpose. Taking care of it now. And being empowered and making a commitment of getting everything together now. Yes, indeed. That's it. It's so good to see you. Indeed. But I think those are some key stuff, and this is 100% original on, our setting some financial priorities of just living out our full purpose. And of course, when we get together individually, we're going to go in on how to make sure you maximize all of your investment choices and investing things and what you're doing when we're reducing all that debt and getting rid of debt, and how we're saving funds and how we're setting up this financial plan and including your community commitment or whatever your specific footprint or life's purpose is. If there's any way that I can help you make that happen, don't hesitate to let me know. I think it's important for you to feel like you're not alone in your movement. You've made me realize that it is only the validity of your movement is really based on your commitment to making it happen. Because I remember How for 5 years I held AfroEconomics in. I can't believe I just held it in that long, like just held it in until finally I said, I'm going with this. I'm going with this. And I think I just said, I'm just going to write this book. And I just said, I'm going to write the book. And then I just said, I'm going to do the membership now. And I had the firm all those years ahead. But I finally said, let me articulate everything that I'm doing. And it really has helped me so much just be able to sum up my mission. So if you have something inside you that God's given you that you've got to get out, get it out. Cuss words or not, get it out. Get it out. Just say it. Don't judge yourself. Don't judge yourself. Yes, indeed. Live your best life. Live your best life. Make it happen, y'all. Have a great night. Thank you so much for your time. I'm J.B. Bryan, President and Chief Investment Officer at J.B. Bryan Financial Group, the home of AfroEconomics, a registered investment advisory firm. Thank you so much for sharing your Wednesday night with me. Ms. Davis?
Night.
Good night. You're a blessing. You're the best. Thank you. My email is jb@jbbryan.com. Let me see. Maybe I'll put it up here so it will be. I think I have it in like a tab. Go to AfroEconomics. Go to AfroEconomics.com. Lots of information there. Our members only meeting is on Friday mornings. Go to AfroEconomics.com. We have a new free membership level. Please subscribe to YouTube. Please share with your friends. Subscribe. Good night, Quentin. Thank you so much. Good night, Mr. Jenkins. Good night, Ms. Richardson. Amen. Right back at you. Live that best life. Oh, thank you, Ms. Neville. Thank you, Ms. Davis. Good night. I appreciate you all more than you know. Thank you. Just know, I just hope you got my deepest meaning. Deepest meaning. Reaching your financial goals while living your purpose-filled life. You can. No matter where it is, no matter where you are, just make sure that you just stay focused on your purpose. Good night, Debbie. Good night. Good to see you.